YouTube, what's going on, man? I was coming out here just to get a little bit of some sunshine and rays, but it's cloudy out here, man. It's gonna rain today apparently. Apparently it's already rained. I'm not sure, but one thing that I can say is that it's still a beautiful day outside, nonetheless. Okay, and I was coming out here just to walk around my backyard a little bit, do some laps around the yard, because I don't feel like walking around the road out where I live. There's a lot of rock trucks that fly by my house and always kick up a bunch of dirt. So walking down the road is not necessarily the best course of action for just a little walk, a little stroll. I just need to get up and walk today because today's a rest day, so I won't be going to the gym to do cardio. I got other things to do, so walking around, it's literally just to activate like my legs a little bit because I did have work yesterday and I did have leg day yesterday, so I'm doing this to kind of get the blood flowing so that I can get a little bit of movement in my ankles and whatnot, because work was strenuous yesterday as it usually is for me. So this is a good way to get the steps in a little bit. It's just back and forth, as you guys can see. I'm not gonna walk around my yard with my camera in my hand because I don't really need to pan the entire grounds for you guys. I'm not gonna do a house reveal at any point, but because that's like one big no-no on the internet, is never reveal where you live. Okay, my cat is just staring at me he was just up in his tower, and now he's staring at me through the window, but anyways. Yeah, I'm just getting the steps in for today. By the way, when it's cloudy, you can still get vitamin D. So if you're like, wow, it's cloudy today, I can't get my vitamin D today, that's kind of a poor excuse because unless it's actively storming or whatnot, you can still go outside and get your vitamin D, because the rays actually do come through the clouds and you can still get sunburnt on a cloudy day. So a little tidbit for you guys, just for you guys so that you can know. But yeah, I'm still getting a little bit of vitamin D right now. I think it's like 20 minutes of exposure to your face and your hands gives you your recommended dose of vitamin D for the day. Maybe they updated the guidelines on that. That was probably 4 years ago is when I learned that. But anyways, why am I out here? Why am I walking right now? Well, like I said, no gym video today because today's a rest day for me. I'm gonna have to do some like squats or something to get my knees activated again because my knees are stiff as well. My knees, my ankles, my back's a little stiff, but honestly, I'm gonna do some Jeffersons when I go inside. I'm gonna sit down on a chair and do a couple of Jeffersons where I just kind of roll my back, like basically imagining that I'm rolling every vertebrae in my back until I touch the ground and then come back up. That's gonna release my back a little bit, Anyways, let's get back to why I'm doing this, right? No gym video today, but obviously I have to get my steps in a little bit. Don't worry, I have other stuff to do today that's gonna get my steps in. Plenty of walking like dogs and stuff like that, so I'm not too worried about the steps portion of it, but getting vitamin D is another huge one. And I think one of the best ways to start your day, depending on what time you start your day, obviously, if you start your day before the sun comes up, it makes it a little bit difficult. But if you start your day and the sun is up, going outside, get some vitamin D, whether it's you're having your coffee outside, eating your breakfast outside, whatever it is, going outside and enjoying a little bit of vitamin D, A, gets the vitamin D out of the way, right? B, gets you a little bit of sunlight and wakes you up. It actually helps wake you up, right? And it's just part of a routine, right? So for some people that's difficult, they can't get the vitamin D at the beginning of the day and they can't get it at the end of it's especially hard in the winter. That much I can attest to, because you can basically spend the whole day inside a building where you can't get vitamin D. Because the sun rises late and sets early, so it makes it a little difficult. I understand that, but it's all about setting a routine, And honestly, I had thought about how I was going to segue into this about me walking outside, getting some vitamin D and whatever, but I'm just going to drop it right now. Is setting a routine is probably one of the best ways that you can become successful in what you want to achieve. So if you want to achieve, getting your daily dose of vitamin D every day, finding a time that works for you almost every day, 5 to 7 days out of the week, where you can go outside, get a little walk in or sit on your porch or jump rope or whatever it is, If you find a specific time of day where you can do that most days, it doesn't even have to be every day, just most days, you are much, much more likely to continue that activity and keep doing it, right? Same thing with the gym, if you just go to the gym whenever throughout the day, you're like, well, today I feel like going like this and like that, and I suffer from this, trust me. It becomes like a fuck, well, I know I said I was gonna go to the gym at 5 today, but I went at 3 yesterday. I can go at 7 today, and then 7 o'clock comes along, and I'm in the middle of something, and I'm like, you know what? Just push it to 9, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse to where I eventually just don't go to the gym. That's happened before, plenty of times actually. So I mean, if you were to just set a time where you're like, you know what? If I woke up an hour earlier than I normally do, 45 minutes earlier than I normally do, because you don't have to be in the gym for more than 45 minutes, to be quite honest with you. You know, you can get the essentials that you need very, very quickly in the gym. That's a different video, though it's a different video. But one thing that, that has helped me is like just setting a specific time to go to the gym, right? And it just becomes harder the longer you wait throughout the day if you don't have a set time to just do certain things that you have to do but you don't want to do. That's the toughest part. And that's what a routine is mostly useful for, at least in my case, is doing things that I don't really want to do, Like I don't want to cook breakfast every day, but I have to, I have to, unless I meal prep breakfast. But like, I don't really care to meal prep breakfast because it's eggs, and like warming up eggs feels really weird to me. It may be a weird thing, I'm sure it's perfectly fine, but like it's weird for me, so I don't do it. But it can just feel weird, so I have to cook breakfast every day, right? I don't necessarily want to do that, but as long as I know that, okay, I'm gonna wake up, and I'm gonna go get ready for the day, and then I'm gonna go into the kitchen, make breakfast the same way. I do it the same way, And this is what got me through my bodybuilding competitions: making breakfast the same way, making the same things, and just eliminating the uncertainty of when I'm gonna eat breakfast, what I'm gonna make for breakfast, and how much I'm gonna make for breakfast, right? If you eliminate the uncertainty and have the routine of like, all right, I know when I'm gonna make it, at least when you're gonna make it. And routine also includes like what you're gonna make, then it makes it so much easier, especially if you plan it out the day beforehand, But that's for like adherence purposes. Like if you don't have a goal where you wanna eat healthier, you eat healthy enough already, then obviously you don't have to make the same thing for breakfast every day, So that's not it for you. If your goal is to go to the gym, or just find a time where you can go to the gym consistently, whether it's 4 p.m. or if it's alternating days. Let's say like Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you can go at 7 in the morning, right? But then on Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, you have this tough time getting to the gym on that time because you're busy during those times. Then you have to go, a couple hours later, or a few hours closer to the nighttime, whatever it may be. Just having a routine that fits your schedule is a huge benefit to you when you're trying to reach those goals, And honestly, people kind of, they kind of shit on planners, and like I don't use a planner most of the time because I already know when I'm going to do my stuff. But if you're trying to start a new thing, starting a planner where you can check things off. I actually did this during my bodybuilding competition. If you create a planner where you create a checklist of things you got to do for the day, that also like helps. Because you're looking at the thing, you're like, man, I got to do this today, It's not some idea that's just floating in your head. You actually wrote it down, and you're like, I got to check it off. I'm a big like check it off the list type of guy. If you give me a list to check off, I'm gonna check it off the list. So that's one thing that actually helped me as well. But having your specific times and specific days and whatnot for when you want to do certain things. Is going to help you in the long run, because eventually, once you build the routine, it becomes a habit, and once it becomes a habit, it's second nature. You don't have to think about it as much. Yeah, what are we on? Yeah, I've just been yapping at this point, This really was just a yap thing while I walk back and forth on my back patio right now, and I don't know, I probably have like 200 steps from doing this. I don't think it's a significant amount of steps. But like I said, I got things going on later in the day where I will be walking plenty, so I will be able to get the steps. But honestly, it has provided me with a little bit of vitamin D, and I know I said, it's cloudy. It just takes a little bit longer to get like the dose of vitamin D, but this is a great start to the day, So after this, I'm probably gonna go in and make breakfast, edit this video actually. As well, and drink some water. Good gosh, I was dehydrated last night, man. I was waking up in the middle of the night just sucking down water, so I gotta re-up on the water. I was sweating a lot yesterday, but because I was sweating in 34, 35 degree weather, because I was working in the cooler yesterday, which is colder than you might think. I was sweating in the cooler. I just wasn't, it just didn't feel like it, you know, because it was cold, so I didn't feel like I needed to drink water. You ever go through that in the wintertime? Where like you're doing yard work or something like that, but because it's cold out, you're like, yeah, I don't really, you know, you don't feel the need to drink water like it is in the summer, like when you're like sweat's dripping down your forehead and you're, you know. Anyways, you guys can hear my voice. My voice is getting dry because I have cotton mouth right now, so I'm out of here. I'm gonna go edit this video, get some food and fluids in me, and you know, I hope to see y'all next time. That's not normally the outro, right? I don't remember. Oh no, it's I appreciate y'all for watching and hope to see y'all next time.